Yo, what's happening, people? And I'm here to announce and welcome Gabriel MEGALHAES to Arsenal Football Club. Gabriel has signed for Arsenal finally from Lille for a fee that could rise to about 27 mil English pounds. He's arriving as a 22-year-old left-sided centre-back. He's a centre-back. He plays on the left. He's left-footed. And he is a Brazilian national. Yet to play for Brazil, but was called up to the last squad before the COVID pandemic stopped football. Listen, Gabriel signing is a good one still. Arsenal and probably all the rivals and all the fans know that we needed a centre-back. Things were tough last year, conceded a lot of goals. We saw a lot of mistakes in the back four, sometimes the back five and the back three. And yes, we brought in 19-year-old William Saliba from Saint Etienne. But everyone kind of felt like another centre-back was probably needed. We brought in Pablo Mari from Flamengo in January. But even then, people just feel like we just needed another one. And we finally got this one over the line. And listen, really and truly, he came to flourish not too long ago for Lille. He's only played really in Lille's first team the past year and a bit. But listen, since he's been in that squad, he's been good from what I've heard, from what I've seen. Sort of partnering Jose Fonte at the back for Lille, helping them to get Champions League football 2 years in a row. Also, Lille are a decent side and they obviously produce good players. We bought Pepe from them as well not too long ago. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does at Arsenal. And where he will fit in with all the sort of new signings and new players that Arteta wants to gel together. We bought off a few suitors for him, really. Everton were sort of the front runners at first. Looked like they were going to sign him. They were sort of first in with a bid. And then Napoli came in and agreed a bid with him as well. Manchester United and PSG were also touted him and were carefully watching to see what happens with the agreement between him and the other clubs. And it looked like really Napoli and Arsenal were the two clubs that fee was definitely agreed with. And then it became down to negotiations and who he wanted to go to more. And in the end, he decided to choose Arsenal. He stated the fans played an impact. I think we must have just played him bare messages, sent him bare messages, DMs, and made him feel love from before he even arrived at the club, which is what we do on social media. That's us. And also, speaking to Arteta, speaking to the other Brazilians that are here. Of course, now we've got Gabriel Martinelli, we've got David Luiz, we've got Willian, and now we've got Gabriel as well. So it felt like there was a sort of Brazilian culture starting to develop, which I think he liked. And I think he saw the ambition of where Arteta wanted to take Arsenal, which is the most important thing. He's going to be playing on that pitch with these players under this management of Arteta. And it was good that he's seen that there's something there to come and play. Listen, it becomes technically he's our fourth summer signing because we signed Willian on a free. We signed Cedric on a free after a loan deal. We signed Mari from Flamengo after a loan deal. And now we've signed Gabriel from Lille. So technically our full signing, but from last season to this season, I guess it's our second new signing for Arsenal. And it'll be very interesting to see where he fits in with the formation. Does Arteta go with the back four? Does he go with the back three? Does he play alongside Luiz, Saliba, Mari, with being a left-footed centre-back? Does he go as a left-sided of a three? All these questions, we have to wait to see what happens with that. And then, of course, we've now got, I think, 8 centre-backs at the club. We've got Mari, Luiz, Saliba, Gabriel, and we've also got Socrates, Holding, Chambers, David Luiz. I think I said that. We've got 8 centre-backs. Socrates. So, you know, some of them need to go. We know Holden's in talks with Newcastle. We know Socrates is potentially in talks with Napoli. And maybe we'll go with 6. And with Arsenal obviously playing the Europa League, I think there'll be game time for these other centre-backs as well, where it'll just be just sort of in the background in the squad, because we'll need a full squad with the Europa League and the cup competition. So I'd imagine there'll be a lot of game time. If you're playing a 5 at the back, you might need more centre-backs than you would do if you played a 4. Where does it leave Kieran Tierney? Does Tierney move to wing back? Does he stay at left centre-back? Like, there's options, man. And time will tell whether it'll be a good signing for Gabriel. It's early days, you know. He's not maybe the one you might have wanted earlier on when we first started looking. Maybe Upamecano was the one a year ago we're kind of talking about. But, you know, he signed a new deal at Leipzig. We've got to put that to the side. And we've got to focus now on what we can get. And I think, you know, as a young defender, a lot of people are talking about him coming. So, and again, if you've got clubs like Man United interested in, PSG interested in the updates of what happens with him, then, you know, you're onto a good thing. You've got a decent player. And Edu, of course, our technical director, being Brazilian himself, a former national of Brazil and a former technical director in Brazil, he can probably get him up the ladder into the Brazil team as well. So I won't be surprised to see him playing for the Brazil in the near future. But listen, for Arsenal, I'm happy. It's a good signing. You know, he's only been at the top game, as I said, to the top of football, big, you know, Champions League and not playing high league football for a year and a half. So I don't expect him to be pulling up trees, but I want him to develop his football, and I want him to be following the likes of Luis in terms of progression in his career. And, you know, let's just hope he can help us at the back. We're conceding way too many goals. So I'm hoping that he helps us at the back. We know that there's talks of Dani Ceballos returning from loan from Real Madrid as well. And I just feel like if we can get a holding midfield in front of him, in front of the back 4 or 3, then, you know, we might be onto something this season. We actually might be onto something. It's obviously Arteta's first summer transfer window, so the first time he gets to really put his money where his mouth is and say what he wants. And it looks like this is another one that was on the list for Arteta. So, yeah, fingers crossed, man, that he's going to be a good signing for us, man. But, yeah, all confirmed. Gabriel to Arsenal for 27 mil from Lille. Yeah, let's hope it's going to be a good season, man. I've got high hopes for Gabriel. I do. Guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you soon.